Hey everybody, this is Captain Corey. I'm here with Chef Emily. We're on sailing vessel Euphoria, which is a Sunreef 60 six-passenger catamaran. Some of the things we love to offer on our sailing vacations, we're both dive masters. We offer scuba off the boat. We always see lots of fish, turtles, sometimes some dolphins. We also lobster as well, so if that's something you're into, we can always catch a fresh meal that afternoon. We do deep sea fishing off the boat, mostly on the way to St. Croix. We'll always catch mahi, wahoo, and blackfin tuna most likely. Some other things, Emily and I are both kite surf instructors, so that's something additional we do offer during your charter. And we have small kites, large kites, harnesses for every size person. So whether you have experience or you're just a beginner, we'll take you to the best spots in the Virgin Islands to kiteboard.
I'm also a yoga instructor, so if you want to do any yoga on the boat, on the beach, or either on a paddleboard, I would love to teach you. Some of our water sports, we have skis on board, wakeboard. I believe we also have a huge raft to stay on, and then also a skimboard.
So I got into sailing at a very young age. I started racing sailboats at the age of 8. Throughout my whole childhood was spent touring the East Coast, mostly the Mid-Atlantic on the Chesapeake Bay. Then got into sailing larger boats. I've been coming down to the Virgin Islands since the early 2000s on charter boats, and got into chartering about 10 years ago just as a part-time captain. And then Emily and I worked our way into the industry, doing some charters in the Bahamas, and finally decided to come full-time down on Euphoria last year. This is our second season on Euphoria, entering 2020-21 season.
So we both came from heavy boats. My family as well has a charter fishing boat, so as Corey mentioned, we love to do fishing, but I didn't really get into sailing until I met this handsome hunk here. He taught me everything I know, and we just absolutely love it now.
So one of my favorite charter memories was a charter in the USVIs last year. The guests were kind of unsure about going down to St. Croix, but we finally decided to go, and on the way down we caught a bunch of mahi. I ended up in Frederickstead and had the raft off the back of the boat, and it was one of those beautiful sunsets. If you're on the west end of St. Croix, the sun sets directly over the water, and it's probably one of the best sunsets I've seen in my life. So that was really, really neat.
Some of our hobbies when we're off charter, of course, we like to kiteboard, yoga, fish, dive, anything fun in the sun. One of my favorite sea animals when we're diving, I love to see pufferfish or dolphin under the water. They're just really cool creatures to see.
My favorite sea animal, I used to have a saltwater fish tank back in Florida, so I like a lot of the smaller fish because I had kind of the same fish in my saltwater tank back home, so it reminds me of those guys that are taken good care of at one of our good friends' house. In terms of us hosting charters, we kind of like a mix between couples and families. If you have families after family after family, you kind of do the same thing, and couples are the same way. So we always like to have some couples some week, some families the next. As I came down here as a kid, so I like to share those same experiences with other families. Some of the things that I did, 20, 15 years ago, and share those experiences as well. My favorite anchorage in the USVI would have to be Little Lampshire Bay. It's a small bay on the south side of St. John. It's a very well protected anchorage. There is a beach that's pretty nice, lots of tree shade. There's some ruins there you can check out, and it's also has some of the best snorkeling in the USVIs. We always see turtles, stingrays. There's a great reef to snorkel. It's only about 10 to 15 feet deep, and it's always very calm, so not a lot of current, not a lot of waves, so all our guests really love that spot.
My cooking style, so generally I cook more on the southern side of cooking. I love to do bread puddings and purees and mashed potatoes, and Corey just got a green egg on the boat, so smoking things are awesome. We just did ribs the other week and they were amazing. I do like to add in some of the local fare, making sure that I always have a curry on the menu, some rotis. I make my homemade roti wraps. And then one of my signature dishes, I love to do seared tuna over sauteed spinach with a crispy potato pancake, and then finish it with a gorgonzola cream.
So our yacht got its name. The owners actually kind of custom ordered Euphoria 5 years ago, and they went back and forth for months and months about what to name the boat, and they had a lot of normal boat names that were puns and all this other stuff, and then the name Euphoria came up, and we definitely think that the name Euphoria fits this boat perfectly. It is only a 6-pack, 60-foot boat, so all of our guests have their own spaces spread out. Enjoy the boat. We have a loft upstairs that has day beds, a second table, and when you're down here, you definitely feel that you're in a state of euphoria. We hope to see you guys on a future Caribbean vacation aboard our vessel. Emily and I would love to show you around the U.S. Virgin Islands. It is really great. It's a nice, relaxing week on the boat. Emily's an excellent chef. We do a really good job as a team, kind of helping each other out. So we hope to see you here soon.